Hey, good morning everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Concrete with the Hosses. Come on along with us today as we finish this patio we started yesterday, completing this so that the homeowners can enjoy it for years to come. Okay, camera's down to 5%. I'll get them plugged in here in a second. One buggy in while they put the form in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins and they're done. We'll keep pouring. Probably another buggy and a half to 2 buggies. Okay, just pulling the forms off. Concrete's a little bit too wet to broom. Went down and cleaned up the joints. Everything's edged. This is all just straight broom, no finish edge marks. Good. Okay, we'll be brooming this in seconds, heading up the street, set of steps, and we'll get this weekend started. Like to get these off early. Now we can clean them and reuse them. Okay, one last look at it. All broomed real nice and straight broom marks. One thing that I did that I usually like to do, I start here and broom it all the way in the whole way, or I start here and broom it all the way out. That way all of my broom overlaps line up and it just helps it look a little bit better. Got a little bit of cream in here. We can take a screw or a nail and just wipe that out in a little bit. Don't touch it now, we'll just make a mess. Okay, hopefully it doesn't rain. Boy, that sky's looking bad over there. We're gonna head back up the street and go hit a set of steps, and this week is done. Okay, we have a lot of obstacles here. 1, 2, 3 posts, a window well. So center, we always like to get one down the center. That way if this needs to heave a little bit, it doesn't crack the house, doesn't crack at the post. Just center relief is always good. Down the posts and straight through. Our Epifoam gives us real good protection. You can see how pliable that is. So that concrete can shrink a little. This post can twist a little. Should be fine. Tom's going to get on cuts. I am going to start scratching this out a little bit. Need to clean some of that debris away. Set of steps coming up out of here. Okay, between saw cutting, power washing, digging, it was just way too noisy, too much commotion to go on filming this. Let me tell you what we did. We have our step down to a landing, pretty simple. Another step down. So we did broken stone up here. That'll match everything we have. Down here on this basement run, we're just going to do broom finish. So we're following the base. I put a piece of step liner in here to pad this out. That way when we pull this 2x8 off, pull this liner out, everything will line up with this porch. We want that to be nice and straight. Next, I started at the bottom. Let's head down here. So I think I showed you this earlier. A bunch of debris, bunch of block. We pulled all that out. There's our drain. It's just a 2-inch drain. This is about 1 inch below the door height. So this has to fill up 1 inch before it gets in that door. The drain should take it. Not too much water coming down these steps, but we need something, don't get me wrong. So the first layout I did, I came back 2 feet with our landing. The door opens in, so it's not a problem. We're just tight here with this hillside. So 2 feet over, up 7 1/4, back my 2% climb, so the water coming down here will drain. We don't want it puddling at the bottom of these steps. So I brought it back here. That's the intersect point, plumbed up, did it again. Here we are. So now that I knew my number, and as long as it's the same on the first two steps, you can go with it. That was 16 3/4, 16 3/4. So I started running 16 3/4. Here's my mark, 16 3/4, 16 3/4. What I'm trying to show you is, here is my last mark right here. So I had to, I'm sorry, here's my last mark right here. I had to lose 4 inches. So I lost 4 inches by taking off a 1/2 inch on each step and brought those down. So here we go. Now my actual was 16 1/4, 16 1/4, 16 1/4, all the way up to my intersect point right at the base of my cut line. That's what I was shooting for. So that's how I went from point A to point B, and I worked 7 1/4 all the way up, and we still have just under 2% slope falling away. So rebar coming on the mixer, and we'll be pouring these today. Okay, a little bit of water helps these forms come off, especially when it's as hot as it is. Okay, 1B stamp mix. Yep, come on in. Good. Whole thing. Keep them coming. That'll be nice. Just give these a little shake. Get them up in the concrete. But you want to keep them away from the face a little bit too. Another one right here. Getting some weight on the bottom of those rugs. Good. That's how we like to pour steps on a Friday. Okay. Okay, see how we just, that's why I keep this edge. I don't bevel my steps. Now I can see that edge, and we're floating right to the bottom of every single one. If that was a bevel, it's hard to see underneath there. Just my preference. I know a lot of guys bevel those. So last couple shovels of concrete. Good. Okay. Okay, so we're 7 1/4 here. We're about 6 over there. I wanted a little bit of fall this way so you can see the difference in my step. I'm sure it'll be okay. I just wanted to point that out. Okay, let's head around front and get cleaned up. Those aren't gloves. What I'm struggling with here, we vibrated the concrete. You all saw us. We have these holes. I was hoping it would fill those in. Hopefully that camera's pointing there. Oh, I got big voids there, and I just didn't want the dirt and aggregate from behind the wall washing out. So now we have to find concrete. Perfect, thanks Matt. And fill that in. And I lost my gloves 2 days ago. I feel like these steps are really kicking my butt. That's That's what I'm shooting for there. A little bit cleaner. Get some up in this corner. There we go. Let's close this video out. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. That one wasn't too bad. Those, I'm surprised we didn't have much concrete in there. Last board off. There we go. Good. Okay. I'll come back tomorrow. Clean, color, and seal. See you then. Truck, I just wanted to show you this. Oh my gosh, good thing I'm only going down the end of the street and up the hill. Isn't that funny, huh? That's a load.
Morning. It is my final day here. This is Saturday morning, right about 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm just talking kind of quiet. I just gave this a spray with the hose. We poured this yesterday. So I just gave it a spray and scrub with my push broom, and we had some effervescence. The first day we were water curing this all night, and then the next day the water formed here and it ran down the face. This was all white, so I hit it with a wire brush. You can see it right here. So rather than just seal over top of that and it'll always look white underneath there, just hit that with a wire brush. And then another rinsing, and it's all gone. Okay, mixing up my Permatique Storm Gray. We use this quite often. Sprayer is about half full. Now I'll probably need a full sprayer to do all this. I want to put it on pretty heavy. So with a full sprayer, I always put 2 scoops in. And I kind of measure them out pretty precise. So if I have to mix up a second batch, then I can get it pretty close. Kind of like baking, you want to stick to the recipe. Same recipe per batch of cookies. Okay. And just kind of fluff it in there. So always keep this bag closed up. It'll last a long time. Bread tie the top. Okay. You can hear it sloshing. I have a mixer I use, or I do it this way, depending on what I feel like doing that day. They both seem to work pretty well. So, with everything clean, now I just want to dampen everything. Get mist. How about shower? There we go. Okay. Just about like that. Now I'll push that around with a broom. I'm gonna store this right in here.
It's a big heavy duty hose. Okay, here's my shield for going down the siding. I'll feel better when we can lower this down tomorrow. So pretty soft bristled broom. We don't want any puddles, just a damp surface. This will keep the permateak from drying too quick. Ugh. And let it flow into our low areas better. Okay, I'll get some of this done real quick. As soon as you set this down, give it some other pumps and a shake. And the tip always clogs up. Okay. Simple as that. It's going to be tough keeping it from running down these steps. Okay. Okay, I'm just dusting it on the wall, or I'm sorry, the face. I'm trying not to let it run. I'm putting it on kind of light. Hopefully I don't get any drips. Okay, trying to do this, moving the shield, moving the sprayer, and videoing is quite difficult. So you can see how I'm putting it on pretty heavy. Trying to be nice and clean against the wall. So once you get a nice area done, take your soft bristled broom and just help it move around a little bit. You see that little puddle that I have? Just agitating it, helping it find those lows, any drips that I have from the sprayer. Just helping it move around. I just got done coating, set everything over here nice and safe, sitting on the cardboard, dripping into the dirt. Yeah, give that a move. And so on. That's why I always bring two sprayers out when it's clogged up. You got to rinse these out real good when you're done, rather than run home and have to get one. Like I said, I had another one with me. Always prepared. Try to be anyways. There's a million other things I forget. Okay, down this straightaway, breakfast time. Okay, that's what it looks like all colored. You can see it's drying and looking real chalky. Once it's dry, ready for sealer. So back in that corner, I'll give it about an hour. I'd like to do this before it gets hot out. There's the face. So I'll come back and show you that with the sealer on. So Luke and I came back over. He's my Saturday worker. How you doing today, Luke?
Good, how you doing?
Good. So we're going to apply the poly seal from ChemMaster. This will lock in the color and protect the concrete, give it some shine, and bring out the color in it. So I'll fill up the sprayer by 3/4 full and apply it. Here we are. I'll just start down here at the bottom. Even though this is Broomed concrete, I'll just give it a light coat of sealer as well. Hitting the face of that. Getting a little bit on the womanized lumber, but that's okay, it'll go away. It's probably good for it. And now here we are on the rolled slate. See how it just brings the color out? What do you think, Luke?
Oh, it looks pretty good.
You'll want to pick up a pattern, so back and forth, circles, different directions. We're going to have to do this in two stops here. The side over there in the shade is still a little bit wet, but here in the sun is dry and it's getting hot out. I want to get this sealer on here before it gets hot. Okay, so here we are in the side of the garage. You can see how it's still a little bit wet in these joints. Don't seal that. That'll turn white in one day and you'll get a phone call back. Right here, right here, right here. So I'll give that about 2 hours. I'll let that dry real good and pick it up from right there and hit this. It'll only take a couple minutes, but I just need to let that dry. All right, Luke, let's go head up to the garage and get some vehicles washed.